there is one other what I call inner core muscle, but that's sort of a bit more very recent actually. I seem to begin to have to emphasize, and it came about when I think you referred her to me, a lady who didn't know any focusing. And I was sort of intent to start to learn focusing right away, but it wasn't the right thing to learn, to teach her first focusing. First of all, it felt like she had to really learn and begin to activate the me here muscle. That was the priority, it seemed to be, and that was the case. So really, we're practicing, training a lot with the me here, beginning to activate that. But then there was also something else that really needed attention, and that was her relationship with her thoughts, her thinking. Because, and this is what I feel a bit with focusing, the focusing itself. You can focus, yes, that's great, but if each moment you have a thought comes across your mind, and you immediately believe it, that this, you're identified with it immediately. You create, on one hand, you create suffering. You can create suffering and on the other hand, you try to sort of, resolve things with focusing, but at the other hand, you're creating also more problems because of your relationship with your thinking. I mean, this is a bit on the edge of my experience here, where if we have a relationship with our thinking that is completely identified with our thoughts, the thoughts that come into our mind, then that is not a healthy relationship. Because a lot of, if we look at our thoughts, a lot of them are not accurate. They're excessive, they're repetitive, and there's something about this is also a practice that this lady began to do, and it has been extremely effective for her, where she began to just be me here in herself, me here, and from there began to watch all her thoughts. And then the practice is of stepping out of her thoughts into me here. It's that practice of stepping out of thoughts into me here.
So it sounds like you're teaching her approaches to make sure that the me here is a very physical, grounded experience of herself before thoughts enter, or it's a little bit of separateness between the physicality of where she is. That's where feeling her chair, feeling that there's life in her body, separate from thought to a degree, enough that she can create some space between physical experience and mental activity.
Yeah.
But it's tricky to how to separate the two. It's a delicate balance, because thought, as we know, consumes, or our belief system consumes us right away. Don't go there,
Yeah.
It's almost immediate reflex. So the grounding, I would imagine, as you're describing it, of the me here enables her, in this case, to separate herself from that immediate instinctive mental protection or mental guard,
Yeah, exactly.
That's a challenge.
You're saying it, you're saying it much better than I do. Yes. Yes.